Hi, I'm Lorne Hogan. I was born and raised in Toronto, Ontario, and I have two passions. One for construction, the other for adventure and travel. Let's start with construction. It all started when I was a young kid. My grandfather used to ask me to help out with odd jobs around the house. This is when I learned my passion was construction. In fact, 15 years ago, I started my own construction company, Canadian Classic Contracting. We're still in business today. I think my passion comes from the fact that the industry is always changing. The fact that I'm not worried about getting my hands dirty or learning new things. I love meeting new people, listening to their wants and their needs, and trying to give them a product we can both be proud of. My proudest moment came about 5 years ago. I was able to hand the keys to a new home to a young, deserving African family. This was all possible because of some volunteer work I did with Habitat for Humanity. While in Botswana, we had to learn to deal with the climate, the culture, and their building practices. In fact, we built every single block from scratch. Now, this wasn't the only job I've had on my journeys. I worked in the underground tunnels of Sydney, Australia. Working underground with nothing but a headlamp on your head has a ton of challenges. But it was worth it, because it led to my next job. I built oceanfront properties in Barbados. Now, don't get me wrong. It hasn't been all work and no play. I've had some amazing adventures. It all started with a backpack trip through Europe. I sailed through the British Virgin Islands. I took camel rides through the pyramids in Egypt. I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. I dove with the great whites in South Africa. I trekked and surfed my way through Thailand. I scuba dived the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, and I sipped some of the world's finest sake in Japan. Now, as you can see, I continue to follow my dreams and my passions. And that's why I'm your host for Adventures in Construction. Please join in next week when we take you to the North Pole and we learn the ancient art of igloo building. Till next time, I'm your host, Lorne Hogan.